How about I unmute? Good afternoon, Dragon Warriors. How are you all doing today? I'm Velu V. We are here for a match of Dragon Warrior Randomizer. This is the second, or rather the third match. So the winner of this match between Hoodie Two Shoes and RG365 will be going on to the next stage of the tournament. We've got Shahali taking care of the tracker. I'm Velu V doing the comms and the restream today. I'm also going to be setting these two folks loose. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give them their 30-second warning right now. And we're going to let them know that we're about to let the gates go. We have an interesting start here with just like 4 strength. That means there isn't a whole lot to fight. Even the red slimes are going to take a while to knock down, so this should be an exciting race. Both of these runners very, very capable at this game. It really is anybody's race. They're both 1-1. They've both met each other. They've both won against each other. They've both lost, and they've got about 15 seconds to start. So I have released the gate. Their timer is ticking down. In just another 10 seconds or so, we're going to see what it is that is inside of that throne room. What are they going to get to help them? They're hoping for fairy waters or maybe keys or maybe some sort of I don't know, anything to get them out. All right, so runners are off. Hoodie Two Shoes using the classic Goomba sprite. We've got, I believe that's the princess or the from Dragon Warrior 2 on the left. Actually, I'm not sure what RG's is. I almost called him Ragai. That's not right. Anyways, we got a curse belt. We did get a fairy water, which is nice. You'll want that when you have no strength to take down some enemy. You might not use it on a slime, but you know, like a nice scorpion or maybe even a ghost. Magician would be a good thing to throw it on. And Hoodie actually opting to do a save just in case he throws his fairy water and it is not fruitful. They're in the middle of a swamp, have a little bit of, what do we got here? A little bit of grass tiles to walk through. Oops, all swamps. And immediately a divergence of strategy as Hoodie makes his way out to the right. RG hanging out here. We are near the north of the map. Fairy water on a magician. He still doesn't quite go down, and now you've only got 4 strength to try to chip away another hit point or 2. But if RG can get this down, that will be level 2 for him. Drakey is not what Hoodie Two Shoes wants to be fighting. And we've got a reset on RG side. Now, I don't think RG did a save. Yeah, so he'll have to go through the whole king talk again and clear out the throne room. He wants his fairy water back. It is the most amazing of starts. We've got 4 strength, we've got fairy water, and we've got nothing to throw it at. RG tried to get one magician. He did 10 damage. It didn't die, and then spent the rest of his turn trying to kill it. Had to do a reset, a hard reset too, because he didn't talk to the king. Hoodie Two Shoes, kind of in a similar situation. Hasn't really found anything to throw his at yet. Though Hoodie did do the save. RG going to try to chip down this Drakey. I don't think you're guaranteed to do damage to it with just 4 strength, but he's doing all right. Oh, Hit Nose hurt more. Ha ha, nice try. No power, no hurt more, no experience. 3 minutes in. Wolves no hurt more. Get out of here, my favorite XP thing for the early game. The mid-early, I don't know what you call it. Once you have enough to kill a wolf, I like killing them. Oh, we did get level 2. It came with 0 strength. I didn't even see the level 2 happen. Hoodie Two Shoes must have found something to throw his fairy water on. Oh, he must have got that. He must have taken down a magician, I guess. Where did 12 experience come from? Where have I been? Oh, he took a Magidrakey down. That makes sense. 12 XP. Excellent move for 4 damage against this magician here. Magician, of course, one of the few monsters that doesn't have hurt more. And it's not enough to get a magician down. Those magicians can have, you know, they can have quite a few hit points in them. I think they have upwards of 10, 11 hit points. Blue dragons don't have hurt more. They gave it to the blue drakies. Hoodie Shoes is now running from Droll Magi. They're just seeing all these monsters that typically, you know, usually when you come across them, they're not that big of a threat. But it's like even the Druins and the Magidrakies, they're out to get you. Now, did RG use his fairy water? Like, there was a Magidrakey there he could have maybe went after. Oh, there we go. He uses it on this magician here, and he gets it this time. And finally, RG breaks out of level 1 jail and steps into level 2 jail. Hoodie Two Shoes finding a town. I'm not sure if he's got torch money. It doesn't matter. It's Hawksness. It's torched already. Wizard. I mean, can we have anything nice? What's the only good? We haven't seen anything good. Drakies. They can fight Drakies, but they don't want to. Oh, no, the Drakies have hurt more. Never mind. That's right. And heal more. I didn't notice the heal more as well. That's lovely. Druin draws near. Hoodie Two Shoes desperately looking for a town. Or a cave. Yeah, something with money, right? Or something. A cave that is like full of slimes and blue slimes and red slimes. Yeah, fairy water, torch, key, herb. Indeed. Now RG kind of venturing out, checking the north of the map. Hoodie Two Shoes tired of venturing, looking for something to fight. Good thing they went strength HP build. Actually, yes, this is one where, you know, at 4 strength, you might consider going the other build, because the strength build penalizes you at the early levels, so they might have 5 or 6 strength if they went the other way around. It's just in the end game, they would have less strength, and, you know, that might translate into having to grind another level. But when you're still level 2 with no end of that in sight, and it's 7 minutes and 38 seconds in, perhaps that other level might be a little faster. But at this point, they both got level 2. You're not resetting at this point to get out of this build. You'll figure something out. In fact, this ghost... Nope. Well, maybe... The ghost cast hurt. No. We're down under. Petition to make Dragon by Australian band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, the new official theme song for Dragon Warrior Randomizer. And RG learns the bad news about the hurt ghosts as well. Hoodie desperately looking for something. Like, they haven't found anything other than their first fairy water targets to fight. And for one of them, that was a magician. And for the other, that was a... oh, there are slimes. Hoodie is looking for the slime. And yeah, crit hunts for everything else that has hurt more. Yeah, I don't know if RG has seen the heal more. I mean, we've seen the monster pop up, so I'm guessing somebody has seen it. You gotta sacrifice a little bit of your health to get down to these mountain tiles. The wolf, not the monster you want to see. Druin, you've only got 2 hit points left. He's really hoping to just get a first shot crit on a something. Druid is breathing fire. Hoodie Two Shoes goes home, gets some health back. RG getting sent home by a Hurtmore Drakey. It is faster to do the reset, perhaps. You don't have to sit through the death animation. But you do have to sit through the King's, like, welcome back speech. It's very, very slowly look for our good friend, the blue slime. There might not even be blue slimes in this mountains. I don't know if this is the same zone as the grass zone that Hoodie was in before. Yeah, I think it's just finding the proper step, or you know what I mean, input count for the ghost to come up, and then once you've got that dialed in, you do your manips. Yeah, I think maybe, you know, I was talking about this earlier. They've got level 2. Maybe it's not worth it to do the reset, but I think it actually probably would be, even now. I think with the reset, they'd stand a chance against even the Drakeys, maybe. You know? You get your fairy water back. You can easily get to level 2 again. Hurt more. Get out of here. 16 experience. I mean, Hoodie has been making progress. He's one away from it. This is where we're going to get 0, 0, 0, 1, and the Radiant spell. That's my prediction for level 3. pink Magidrak. There's our blue slime, Hoodie Two Shoes. 14 minute grind may come to an end. We're going to find out right here, folks. Level 17. Courage, wit, patience, all of those things. 11 powers, 10 response speed, 0 hit points. Let's kill us some Magidrakes. And now there's no monsters to fight, and they're only slimes. When you wanted slimes, there weren't any, and now that you don't want them, that's all you're going to see. Swiftly taking down that Magidrakey, using up pretty much all of his health. I think he's just going to get a top off here. Hurtmore Wolf says no to RG365. And I think that's one of the key differences that we're seeing. Hoodie being willing to take the extra spike tiles damage to get into the mountains, right? It's more encounters, more chances to see the blue faster, and now we see RG stepping into there to do the same thing, and he meets a blue immediately. Rewarded for his mountain tile exploration. Meanwhile, Hoodie Two Shoes catching level 4 off of a Magician. We've got 16 more power, 1 response speed, 2 hit points, 3 magic. Now we can kill the Druins. We can try to fight the Wolf, but he knows Hurtmore, so probably not. And there's that Hurtmore we were talking about. Wolf knows your hit points were looking a little low there. You look like you need a heal. Yes, when your strength is higher than your hit points, you're definitely a glass cannon. Hoodie Two Shoes like, I don't care if you're a slime, I'm gonna get you anyway. Except for the slimes. The slimes never run, unless they're metal. Fire-breathing Druins, what? I guess we never stayed in the fight long enough to know that. Yeah, RG just really... I think he's crit hunting. I think he's fishing for a crit against these Drakeys. When everything seems to have fire or kill you in a long, drawn-out fight, maybe you're just like, okay, I'll take my chances here. If I crit it, I crit it. If I don't, it's just going to fry me. It's the same as resetting, but instead of 4 turns, it's 1. There's that Metal Scorpion y'all were asking for. Or rather, Metal Scorpion. I don't know if I said Metal Slime. I meant Metal Scorpion. Hoodie Two Shoes struggling to get that level 5. I think he saw those Scorps and he wants them. Magidrakey's running away. So Metal Scorpion might be kind of the best thing that sticks around for him. This one attacks. Maybe it's the Magidrakes that he's after here. They seem to be plentiful. Plentiful Magidrak. I could be a race room maker. Magidrakes looks like warlocks, looks like magicians. I think we saw metal scorpions here, unless that's like one tile to the left. And we did get Return and Hurt More. Level 5 unlocks all the other monsters. We want a town so that we can refill our health. Maybe we go to Hawksness and see an Axe Knight on the spike tile. Who knows? Star Wyvern doesn't give him a chance to use his magic, though. Sends him home. Yeah, 30 health is gross. Especially, like, at 26 agility, too. You're getting back attacked by all of the Sharlock monsters. Burn this Metal Scorpion down. He's worth it. Burn this Magiwyvern down. Nope. Back attack. Hurt more. Ha ha. In Dragon Warrior Randomizer, Magiwyvern hurt more is you. And he's like, Hawksness, I want to go to Hawksness. Wolflord, an excellent target for a hurt more. Boom, here comes level 6. 7 more hit points, 7 magics, and the hurt spell in case you want to, you know, come across a werewolf, you can hurt more one. There's a green dragon. Green dragon says, back attack, go home. Meanwhile, RG still really hunting those slimes, and they're just not turning up for him. He's one slime away from getting out of the early jail. Level 3 comes with a pretty decent amount of strength, and then another big strength boost at level 4, and then you get the almighty hurt more at level 5. And it's a stone man. Now, maybe if he's like a hurt stone man, you have a chance of, you know, getting him down. But nope. He just hits him with the classic stone man punch. Only hit him for 26, though. Like, if Hoodie were at full health, he would have been able to tank that blow. But it's kind of hard to be at full health when you have to walk through all these swamp tiles to get there. Are you going to go ahead and just use his stuff on these Wolf Lords? There's plenty of mid-tier monsters to throw these Hurtmores at right now and maybe get some health. There's another Wolf Lord. I hang out in Wolf Lord Mountain. That's what I would do. We're one Wolf Lord away. Wizard, not what you want to see. They resist the Hurtmore, and they bonk pretty hard with that staff. And there we go. Another Wolf Lord, another Hurtmore. And probably a swing through that swamp to get your resources back once this level happens. Let's see what happens at level 7. 12 power, 2 response speed, 0 hit points, 2 magic, and of course the world-famous Radiant spell, which will never be cast in this tournament. RG did finally get level 3 while Hoodie was leveling up to level 7, and is now free of the jail and is happy to be able to swing on these Magidrakies finally. And yeah, Hoodie's pretty much got a 9-minute head start. I think he was at 17 minutes. I feel like he was at 17 minutes when he hit level, maybe it was 14 minutes. 15 minutes. Yeah, I think it was about 15. I don't know. That's why we have VODs. Yeah, I mean, Hoodie spent a lot of walking over to Hawksness, trying to get over there. I mean, he did use his Hurtmores on that walk, but there's certainly, you know, if you just settle in on these Wolf Lords, for example, he could be at level 8 by now. I get wanting to go to Hawksness, though, if it's an Axe Knight sitting on there. Even a Green D. Yeah, Hoodie did switch zones up to the north. There was something that had more Magidrakies. And I think there was Warlocks, Wizards, just more stuff that you could fight that were worth it. Jerkbird says no. RG sees Hawksness up there. I don't know if he's been there before. It looks like he's making his way to it, so perhaps we'll get a Hawksness check on the left side as well. Maybe not. Star Wyvern kind of says, Yeah, we got Magiwyverns and Wolf Lords in these mountains here that Hoodie Two Shoes is in. And Warlocks. We don't like the Warlocks. Or sorry, Wizards. We don't like the Wizards. Alright, so Magiwyvern goes down, and that's a level 8. We've got 9 more power, 5 response speed, 9 hit points, 10 magics, and the outside spell. Outside's useful. A little bit more strength, a little bit more health. You might even consider, once you're out of resources and do a refill, maybe try the Stone Man again, get a lucky low roll and 2 lucky Hurtmores to land. And Hoodie, yeah, doing that instant death in the swamp instead of trying to get another monster to punch him down. RG trying to take on this Metal Scorpion. Not quite enough damage output to get there. Hoodie, the first one to drop below 1 death per minute. That's a lovely stat. Appreciate you for tracking that one for us. And yeah, he's happy in this Hurtmore, this Wolf Lord and Star Wyvern and Magiwyvern and Star Wyvern area. This is actually pretty nice for once you've got your Hurtmore going. You can't ask for much more than that. Like, all the monsters pretty much single shot. Star Wyverns are troublesome because they back attack you often, but otherwise it's not bad. And yes, we've found, RG did find the zone to the north of Tantagel that has slightly better monsters to fight at level 4. Hoodie trying to take a Death Warp in the swamp. The Druid says, no. I will slow your Death Warp down. So we're another 500 experience points away from level 10. Just about 500. 1,500 is the threshold for it. So just keep throwing Hurtmores at these Magi Wyverns, at these Star Wyverns. You'll get there fairly quickly. Alright, Star Wyvern does not do a back attack. Pop a Hurtmore on him. Oh, it's not enough. Star Wyvern sends him home. Papa Hurtmore not doing his job. Yes, the way this seed continues its trajectory is for like, you know, like these Star Wyverns and whatnot are okay, but, you know, at some point those are also going to be not great to grind on. So we're hoping for like full Wombo Golems, full Wombo Red Dragons. We want Stone Mans and Blue Dragons on all spike tiles with weird, crazy, dumb stuff. That's what we're hoping for. So it looks like about 9 minutes 20 behind on that Hurtmore as well. Glad y'all are keeping track of that for us. I think it was about 9 minutes before level 3 as well, so I think that 9 minute gap is maintaining itself. We'll see what RG finds to cast his Hurtmore on. Does he discover the mountains? Does he try Hawksness? Let's see. First step, Hawksness. First step, what is this town? Oh, he sees a Star Wyvern. It back attacks him. The same thing happened to Hoodie when Hoodie branched out for the first time. Alright, RG getting his level 6, getting his hurt spell. Hoodie Two Shoes. We got dueling Magi Wyverns, dueling Hurtmores, RG finally getting into Hawksness. He doesn't attack. Probably just to see what it can do. Get sent home. So we've seen 2 punches from the Stone Man. One hit point at level 10. I totally missed it roll by. But that's awesome. Looks like it came with some strength, though. You can finally fight metal scorpions. That's nice. Nice max roll on that Star Wyvern. Yes, that's correct. They'll get the heal spell at 15 and heal more at 16. It is my prediction. I don't mind giving commentators curse. I think that we thrive in it. And Hoodie content to just hang out in these mountains some more. I mean, it's working for him. You grind until you get a heal spell, right? There's no point in venturing out when, you know, you run into one thing and all of a sudden you don't have enough hit points to get through the next swamp. Question, how did Hoodie build a 1,500 experience point lead? Level 1 and 2 had 4 strength exactly. Like, there was no strength at level 2. So it was very difficult for them to break out of the level 1 and 2 range. And Hoodie was just able to get it about 9 minutes faster. That got him to hurt more about 9 minutes faster, and he's just been about 9 minutes ahead ever since. Yeah, the early grind was horrible. There really wasn't anything to fight. They started with a fairy water, and they were both able to use that on like a... Hoodie used his on a Magiwyvern, and RG used his on a Magician. But then blue slimes were literally the only thing they could kill, and the zones were not wanting to give it to them. And all the other monsters had like hurt more and stuff. It was really, really bad early grind. And yeah, RG was trying to attack those Drakies that are probably 75% hurt more. And they're also heal. They have heal more as well. They're the double mores. Draki is the VIP of this seed, if you're on Team Dragonlord. Hoodie creeping up to level 11 here. Creeping. Metal Scorp not quite enough to get there. And there's our heal spell. We can leave this place. Hoodie really taking advantage of that swamp. I think this is the 5th or 6th Death Warp that he's just, you know, walked right on in there for. He's just going to stomp through more of the swamp. I'm not sure what this particular path is all about, but okay. Oh, maybe preparing for a reverse count later, seeing how far north, or rather how far south Tantagel is, getting his bearing for the coordinate. In fact, I think the west side is also the west side of the map. And we got another Wolf Lord to hurt more down. Hoodie finally getting some exploration. We're seeing new areas of the map. It's exciting. We're not seeing any new monsters. This is just a duplicate of the mountain zone beneath. We're seeing Wolf Lords, Magiwyverns, Wizards. Hoodie healing to full. And it's like, do I go into the swamp or not? There's a town! Don't go into that swamp. Are you going to check the swamp? Check the swamp before going to the town. There you go. Get that dead end and then heal up. We know it's not. It's Hawksness Part 2. Hawksness, all note in this particular flag set, all towns are Hawksness. What are you doing, Hoodie Two Shoes? Is he just trying to coax out the very last bit of XP before coming to Cantlin? All right, so we got a chainmail and a hand axe pick up there. And he's going to go ahead and top off, well, not top off, but, oh yeah, he has a cursed belt, so yeah, he can sell that and buy some herbs. Oh, I see, checkpointing Cantlin, that makes sense. You know, if your account is over on the east side, you could start it from Cantlin instead of starting it from Tantagel. Alright, so Hoodie Two Shoes finds Cantlin. He checks the top shop, gets himself an axe and a chain mail, gets a few herbs, tops off at the end, and continues the exploration. He meets a wolf. He gets some revenge and hurtmores the wolf that was hurtmoring him earlier. Meanwhile, RG now grinding in basically the same mountain zone that Hoodie Two Shoes was grinding in, just in slightly different tiles. So more Magiwyverns, more Wolf Lords. Wolf Lords on the right, Wolf Lords all around. It's not oops all hawks, it's oops all Wolf Lords. Oops all brown monsters. Brown Wolf Lords, brown Magiwyverns. With RG's palette, they're a little bit more reddish. Oops, all hurt more. Here's a red dragon. Let's see what he does. We get a run block and a bite. Double run block and double bite. So bite, bite from the first red dragon that we see. So Hoodie was exploring across the north coast before, so we'll see him kind of take more of a central path this time. Make sure we didn't miss any towns as we swept our way to the right before. I don't know if you try the Stone Man yet. At 51 health, I mean, you could potentially double hurtmore him down. You'd have to hope that they both land. But, like, if there's an Erdrick's armor under there, you're very happy to see it. Hoodie not going to play that game, though. Going to continue his exploration. Is that a different town, or is that... No, that's the same Cantlin. Okay, I don't remember that swamp sticking out like that before. Yeah, it's very luck dependent, right? Like, if you're going to sit on that Stone Man, you'd likely have to take several attempts at it. As is. Things as is. I like this little swamp choke point. There's several of them in this map, like bands of swamp that you have to walk through. Anyway, 1 hit point left. You have to heal before you go. He pops an herb. Pops 2 of them, in fact. We got a little bridge here. A bridge to Charlock Castle. And a town, a swamp town. What swamp town is this? It's the swamp town of Garenham. Swamp Ham. Hoodie going to go ahead and replace those herbs that he used getting here. And he's going to purchase a dragon scale as well. Puts that dragon scale on, and you are correct. It is an awfully linear map. I don't think you're going to be missing much because it's just a big long corridor. Randomizer was taking lessons from like Final Fantasy 13 on this one. Alright, so Hoodie in and out of the ham. He's no keys, so he can't check the warehouse. And now we finally get a space where maybe you can turn right or turn left. Or maybe not, it's just the right side of the map. RG also really hoping for a heal spell. Let's see what he does. Where's he going? He's going up to these deserts here, maybe starting to explore a bit. I'm not sure if he just hit level 9. It looks like he's grinding this desert. And the desert yieldeth a star wyvern. We found our jerk cave, nestled away in some mountains on the east coast of the map. Little Hurtmore on the Spectre puts us dangerously close to level 12. In fact, 2 more Hurtmores on this Armor Knight, and we should be there. Cast Hurt, do it! No, he's going for Hurtmore. Three, 10, 12, 4, and there's our Heal More spell. Things are starting to look a little bit nicer for Hoodie Two Shoes. Starting to get all the things that you need and want. All the things that you want, and all the things that you need. Star Wyvern, RG, just can't get a break. Star Wyvern blasts him down. And we've got, this is that same Swamp Town, isn't it? It is. Sharlock Swamp Town. Garen Ham. Yeah, Beta, I expect maybe next time you get sent home, you check out that Stone Man on the way. Healmore makes him a little bit nicer. Was that our cave on Hoodie's map? I didn't see one. It's Sharlock up on the top left there that you see. Oh, and yes, there was a jerk down here. So we are 47 minutes in. We are yet to see any treasure caves. The only cave we've seen is the Jerk Cave. We have seen Cantlin, we have seen Hawksness, and we have seen the Ham, but we've no keys. And just a nightmare of early levels to get out of. RG still living that nightmare. Although level 10 did come with heal, right? Or no, that's level 11 comes with heal. Hoodie Two Shoes found the Axe Knight on the overworld. He's in this desert here. I like how the Goomba in the desert looks like he has 2 little stick legs because it's the same color of tan that his, I don't know, stalk. He's a mushroom, right? Mushrooms have stalks. Alright, able to just punch down these Droll Magi's with that hand axe. I did not see the small shield pick up, but okay, good to go. And there it is. It looks like a half plate and a small shield on RG365 that I missed as well. That's why I do the commentary and not the tracking, because I miss all the things. Speaking of tracking, we got Holly9 taking care of the tracker today. Make sure you show some love that way. As we've just kind of moved from one grind to another, Hoodie Two Shoes found some monsters he likes in this desert. I think the Axe Knight. Perhaps he's just trying to use up the last of his resources before taking a Death Warp. Perhaps he's also ready to check out the Stone Man. Yeah, both of our runners, when you're 50 minutes in and you have collected 0 key items. Oh, Hoodie trying to make Ham Swamp his base of operations, but the Armored Knight says, if you're gonna refill the old-fashioned way, you spent 45 minutes taking Death Warps to refill. We're not going back to the inn anymore. Yeah, I mean, you're on this side. Let's go see if we can't deal with this Stone Man now that we've got 81 hit points. Yeah, this Stone Man is very doable now. Hurt more, heal more. You got it. Just wait for a low roll. Chainmail Small Shield will help a little bit. Do we have sleep? Oh, we did. We picked up sleep at level 13. I didn't see that happen either. Alright, so putting this Stone Man to sleep here. Hoodie opting to chop it down with the axe instead of use the Hurt Mores. And RG just getting trolled by another Star Wyvern. Hoodie takes down his Stone Man. He's going to do the search, and what's he going to find? He's going to find Erdrick's armor. Called it oh so long ago. It's been a long time since we've seen an armor underneath the shop in Hawksness. And now Hoodie has like kind of free reign over the map, right? All of those swamp bands and things that we saw that kind of just annoy you as you're walking through, those don't bother us anymore. We heal through the swamps now. Swamps heal me. Everything heals me. Because I have Erdrick's armor. RG finally getting that level 11. Finally getting his heal spell. Let's see what he decides to do with it. He decides to immediately leave the mountains. Let's see what else there is in the world now that I can heal myself. He meets a knight. RG popping that Hurtmore off on the Wolf Lord, a Hoodie Hurtmoring his Star Wyvern. We've got 2 monsters falling down. The 1500 XP gap has widened to about 2000. A little more than 2000. Still no keys though. Still no treasure caves in general. So Hoodie Tushu is going to do all of the refills here, get all the herbs back, rest at the inn, get the MP, the HP, and continue venturing out, trying to find anything. You really want to see a cave, but like Rimmildar would be a nice find. Coal with Erdrick's sword in it would be great. Alright, so RG's now found Cantlin and is continuing up. It looks like he got a hand axe while he was there. And is kind of dead-ending these things that Hoodie has explored through some time ago. Key item Radish is found, that's it. Alright, RG looking to top off again at Cantlin. Hoodie Two Shoes fighting Druid Lords in this swamp. He's getting close to level 14. A few hundred experience points away. And finally, a cave. Will it be a dark cave? Will it be a lit up cave? We're going to find out as soon as this Wraith Knight gets out of the way. And the Scorpion as well. Hate not having repel. We found ourselves a mountain cave, folks. Our first treasure cave. There are 5 checks in here. There are Droll Magi to fight. Hoodie's got 38 MP in his MP tank. Wolves no hurt more, doesn't want to deal with it. Gold in the top chest. Yeah, this could be our key. We'll find out. Here we go. Night. Hoodie read him the story of Hurtmore and said good night. Found some wings in the solo chest. Double chest 1. Stones of Sunlight. Double chest 2. Wings. We've got 2 wings, 2 pairs of wings in the mountain cave. Here we go, folks. The final chest of the mountain cave. Will it be a key? It will not. It'll be a silver harp. So while there's no keys, there are 2 key items in this mountain cave. Picking up that silver harp. I don't think we've seen the staff trade-in cave yet, so that's a rather nice efficiency to play out. Imagine a keyless seed. Token and sword in the grave, top. And then that's all you would need, right? That would be, you know, or they could be sitting in coal or any of those other places, yeah. Hey, we've got another another town, and another cave. We call this Cave Town, but it's Rimmildar. There is where our keys are. So it's a long walk to get to this key place. RG discovering the jerk in his little coastal alcove. 59 minutes in, and Hoodie Two Shoes has got keys, and he's going to check the double lock chest in Rimmildar immediately. So, yeah, I'm salty. It looks like Hoodie has pretty much got this in the bag. A really horrible Sharlock could still spin it, but, you know, it's a pretty huge lead that he's got. He's got the exploration and the experience point lead at this point. Commanding in both. I saw that shop check, but I'm not sure if he purchased anything. I probably was looking for a broadsword. And here we are. Here's the grave. Top of grave. We've got keys. He could do a full dive, which he might do because it's so far away. And there's the other key. So both of the magic key chests right next to Rimmildar in the top of the grave. Large shield check makes sense. Like broadsword, you know, it's nice to have, but it's not that much better than a hand axe, and it will get replaced by Erdrix at some point. But that large shield will take you through the rest of the game. That's why we need to rearrange it to be the board sword, because the board is, you know, more defensive. Alright, Wolflord. We're going to pop a hurt more on him, just get him out of the way. Hoodie making his way to chest 4 of the grave. RG continuing to clear out dead ends on this overworld map. Chest 4 is another magic key. All 3. I don't know how many key chests there is. I thought there were only 2, but that's our 3rd key chest we found inside the grave. Garen was a key hoarder, apparently. Perhaps it's the Florida Keys. RG discovering a cave here. This is the mountain, so he'll get his 2 key items out of here, his harp and his stones. We meet a red dragon on Hoodie's side. Hoodie's going to fight through it. Red dragon with stop spell. That's excellent. Red dragon casting stop spell twice in a row. That's even more excellent. So far from red dragons, we've seen 4 bites and 3 stop spells. So I imagine they're 50-50 stop spell. And Hoodie Two Shoes hath done well defeating the red dragon. Takes 350. That pushes him up to level 14. 14 comes with 1 extra power, 7 response speed, 9 hit points, 7 magics, and there's that repel spell. Yeah, nerfed reds means pretty much a free Sharlock. Star Wyverns are fast, and they, I think, have hurt more. I'm just thinking of things that, you know, potentially stop you from running. Armored Knights, I think, have been okay. I don't know if we've seen Armored Knights yet. Yes, without Erdrix armor, he is pretty horrible because you can't heal more through him. And once his stop spell lands, he stops casting it. Yeah, like RG could potentially see those red dragons decide to just let me settle in on a grind right here in the bottom of the grave. You know, when he gets there. But he, you know, if he makes it there all the way on this current run that he's on, he won't have the Erdrix armor. Hoodie Two Shoes looking for a monster to send him home, I think. There we go, using that Dragon Scale. Dragon Scale is excellent for a Death Warp. It does use up your turn, and lets the monster bite you for free. Kind of wish you don't have Erdrick's armor right now, though, because the blue dragon is taking his sweet time biting him down. He's savoring the flavor of the Hoodie Two Shoes. And Wolflord reminding RG that it does no hurt more. So far, I think we've got empty, empty, gold, and magic key. And Hoodie opting to do a little gold grind here. I'm not sure if we saw a silver shield anywhere, but perhaps we did. I don't see him going for a flame sword at this point. Agility is pretty amazing, though, so that silver shield will help with repels. I think that's why he's doing it. I think he noticed his agility is quite high. He's going beyond the silver. Are we going to double up, or are we going silver flame sword? $25. That's enough to die and still have enough money for a silver shield, I believe. Silver shield is 14,800. We're going to dip down to the back of Tantagel. Let's see what's down here now. Hoodie Two Shoes. Like, his experience is going to stop because he has to make all these checks, but RG is going to have to make all these checks too, so it's... You know, it might look like RG is starting to catch up, but really... Anyway, we found Erdrick's Tablet Cave. No monsters in here. One treasure to check. It is a bamboo pole, which is actually, I think, a torch, maybe? It's kind of hard to tell with the gold grind still on. Oh, it was a fighter's ring. Yeah, and he put it on immediately. All right, Hoodie, where are you going next? Oh, you're probably looking for the ham. We know that the warehouse is just right there, and another cave to check in the back of it. RG doing another top off at Cantlin. Oh, Hoodie's going to Cantlin to get that silver shield, right? Well, we are nearly go level if we had Erdrick's sword as well. I think it's an additional 12 attack power on top of the flame sword. So he'd be at 119 with it. Yeah, do a little shopping trip, do some coords. Looks like he wasn't able to find any silver shields. Nothing to replace that small yet. 93 south, 53 east. Like, basically the opposite corner of where Tantagel is. And now this Cantlin check that he did. Remember, Hoodie did... It looked like he was making a coordinate checkpoint for Tantagel. So or rather for Cantlin. So he might be able to start his count now, seeing he's way over, kind of on that east side anyway. No, we have not seen the swamp yet. Coordinates could be Erdrick's sword. They could be the token. We haven't seen the back of Garenham yet. We haven't seen the freebie cave yet. We also have not seen the staff trade-in cave yet. Coal. Coal is still outstanding. There's still the search in coal. Did RG get Erdrick's armor? Did somebody say that? I didn't see him dip into Hawksness yet. It's underneath Hawksness. Oh, he just left Hawks. Got it. All right, Hooded Two Shoes making his way to the ham. He'll do a top off before checking the warehouse in the back. Let's see what we've got. The NPCs are being nice. And we found Erdrick's token. There we go. Gold. And a cursed belt. I think that's the second cursed belt we've seen. We know that Coordinates and Hawksness are in play. This is the freebie cave, okay. Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave has a death necklace in it, so we're just finding all the key items now. So the Coordinates has to be either the flute or Erdrick's sword, and Cole might have the other of those two things. Yeah, and I think that's why Hoodie picked up the Flame Sword, because it is completely doable to win the game without Erdrick's sword. You have to have the armor, but if you have enough strength, you can do it with the Flame Sword. I think I've seen somebody do it with a broadsword before. I think Hoodie's trying to calculate kind of where his bottom right corner is to do a reverse count. So yeah, it looks like he's got his north-south figured out. Tantagel was very close to the north, and very early on, like in the first 10 or 15 minutes, I think, Hoodie Two Shoes went up to figure out how far from the north that Tantagel was. So you can then use that to do some math to figure out how far from the south your coordinate is going to be. And now that he has that one coordinate, you just go across the line and do a search, and you'll come across it eventually. This is the wrong game if you were told there would be no math. Alright, so now he has to find a way across this river here to resume the count. RG finding Rimmeldar is going to make his way around the backside to the key shop. golem. Here's our first golem sighting. Hoodie working on fighting this golem. This be worth another 350 experience. And RG now making his way into the grave. Hopefully he also does the deep dive. There is stuff we needed in there, I believe. If I remember correctly. I know there were keys and things. Maybe there wasn't stuff we needed in here. And we got another golem. This golem, I believe, will put Hoodie at level 15. And here we are, level 15, coming with 2, 10, 16. I'm not sure if that 2... I think that 2 is response speed, not strength. Hoodie recounting back up the north. It should be where, like on the right side where those trees are, I think. Oh, no. See, that's why I don't do this. Hoodie back on the count. Did he get it? Did I miss it? What was it? Could you imagine if the coordinates man gave you coordinates to nothing? Like instead of telling you, you know, the whole go fight, there are no coordinates. Oh, I think yeah. This continent off to the right, it looks like the south is actually a couple tiles further south than it looks. Yeah, false bottom. The question is, do you resume that count on this side or the other side? Like 52 east seems more middle than far east coast, because I'm pretty sure Tantagel was very close to the west coast too, right? No, or maybe not. Maybe I'm just... Again, this is why they're racing and I'm in here. There's Fairy Flute for Hoodie Two Shoes. Nice get. And also good awareness, realizing the false bottom there. He could have spent a lot of time searching that line. Yeah. And yeah, with the flute, that means coal is... You've got to find it. You don't want to dive Hawksness on the chance that that it's down there instead of coal when coal is still available. I don't think we've seen Curse Belts to confirm it's in coal. RG fighting Red Dragon down here in Garen's Grave. KLT asking the important questions. Breck is exactly in the place that they're going to go to instead of Cole. That's where it is. There was a deal too on those red dragons. That's amazingly funny. Oh, we found Swamp Cave finally. Maybe we'll get a spike check. He's not casting outside immediately, which makes me think there will be a spike check. Oh, and I didn't realize it. RG is also in this swamp cave and has just rescued the princess. I thought he was in the grave. And so it's the red dragon that was on that spike. That's amazing. High five, I got a princess. Red Dragon's pretty nice grind. Red Dragon with Stop Spell is... You like it. I mean, the DL2 Breath is kind of blech, but once you've got Erdrick's Armor, you've got Heal More, and he doesn't seem to cast it that often. You know, you're going to cast outside, you're going to find your coal first, and then maybe go back to those Red Dragons. And it looks like Cole did find it, and I did not catch his search. Oh, it was Erdrick's Sword. There we go. And so Hoodie's going to find it here in just a moment. Aaron 2 you too. Yes, you did miss a sweet reverse with a false bottom and situational awareness to realize that it was a false bottom. It's pretty nice to see. Hoodie Two Shoes finally getting the large shield, not seeing the silver that he's been looking for. Silver shield is likely going to be in Breckenary, if anywhere. And we don't need to go to Breckenary because we've got Erdrick's Sword. We got all the stuff. Oh, you know what? We've never seen a staff trade-in cave. Exploration is not done, folks. Yeah, Hoodie needs to find that staff cave. You might still grind reds while you're here if the staff cave doesn't end up being on this continent. There's our Breckenary town, I bet. Go check it for a silver shield since you did the gold grind. And there it is. Hoodie Two Shoes now sitting on a fat 88 defense power. Both are runners in basically the same swap. In fact, I think they were on the same tile for a second there. I'm amazed there's this much of the map on this side of the swamp. I feel like we've seen so much of the map on the other side already. Looks like RG may be the first one to find that staff trade-in cave. Yeah, there it is. So RG gets his staff. He still hasn't picked up his stones, which I believe was in the mountain, maybe? It was somewhere. Yeah, just everything's super spread out here. Usually when you see a map where everything kind of seems spread out, there will all of a sudden be like a corner where there's like 6 towns. You know, 3 caves and a town all in one little splot. But here it's just really is everything spread out. There's a little line to walk through to get to all those things. I think Hoodie might have just missed the path to that staff cave. It's going to continue to full clear this map. And there we go. Hoodie Two Shoes gets his Staff of Rain. Now you go back and you grind those reds. Yeah, that's right. Token was in the Tantagel basement. That makes sense. Never mind. The token was somewhere. It was somewhere out there. All right, so Hoodie Two Shoes making the long walk back past Breck. He's going to pass by Cole, head back to that swamp cave, and go visit the red dragon in his den. RG coming over to see the middle shop and pick up some extra keys while he's at it. And here we go, Red Dragon grind. Again, these red dragons, they've got stop spell, so they're pretty nerfed. They do have DL2 breath on the back end. I don't know that Hoodie has seen that. I'm pretty sure RG is the only one that's seen the DL2 breath on the red dragons, which that could be a problem for Hoodie, right? Like if you're not healing, like here, right? If the red dragon, there it is, boom. By the way, did you know that they have DL2 breath? Haha, got him. Dread Wagon. With the DL2 surprise. And so now what do? Do you go all the way back to that cave? Do you fight the stone man? I don't even know how to get back to that cave. It is a huge long walk to get back home from. Refilling in coal makes it a nice good grind, but having to get all the way back there, especially with Sharlock being over here. I guess the good news is he's got the silver shield, so he's repelling practically everything. RG picks up his death necklace. Pretty Two Shoes might as well stop off at the Jerk Cave while he's going around here, get his rainbow drop. And that's exactly what he does. Now the question is, do you... Oh wait, the rainbow drop stays in your inventory, right? So it doesn't matter whether you open the bridge now or later. For the longest time, I thought it expelled the rainbow drop when you used it, so it would free up more room for fairy water. I was told that was wrong. And there we go. RG also has the drop. So both runners getting their rainbow drops at practically the same time, but about a level separating the two. It's either the Stone Man grind or you walk into Sharlock, see what's in there. I don't know. Sharlock grinds aren't great either. But it looks like Hoodie wants the red dragons again, which I guess if you have to go on to level 17, right, then you're happy to be sitting on the reds. All right, RG opting to go ahead and pop that rainbow drop down while Hoodie Two Shoes settles in a continued red dragon red blah 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 red dragon grind. And that turn to the right by RG makes me think that he's going to maybe just grind this corridor here. Char Lobby. 5 power, 5 response speed, 12 hit points, 4 magics. There's a stop spell. And that's looking go-ish. The AP is still not amazing. It's probably faster to grind another level than it is to go stock up on fairy waters. So sit here on this red dragon and get some more strength. Nice thing about the red dragon grind, especially now that they've got good attack power, right? When you're near go, you're hitting the red dragons for hard. The grind goes very, very quickly. Usually 2, 3 shot, not 2 shot, but 3 shot, 4 shot dragons here. I want 17 to be like 0-7-0-1. I want this to be a super high agility seed. I want to break 100 agility. Yeah, too much stuff in the inventory. It'll all depend on what 17 gives us. Like, clearly, if 17's not the level, then you keep going. These reds are a very fast grind. We're just, what, two red dragons away? 3 red dragons away, I guess. 2 red dragons would put us just under the level. 2 red dragons and maybe like a little Sharlock monster on the off step. If there were a Star Wyvern in here or something to throw a hurt more at. But that didn't happen. That's fine. We'll fight red dragons. This one in particular doesn't like to cast his stop spell. Has been biting quite a bit. We can almost see the difference in this grind too, as Hoodie Two Shoes now pulling away from RG. Hoodie both on a spike and on a much better monster set, being all red dragons, than the kind of greens that RG is hunting in this Sharlock corridor. Alright, here we go. Level 17. 3 more power, 2 response speed, 8 hit points, 10 magic. That's a whole nother heal more. It's a little bit more strength. Hoodie's gonna go. Hoodie making the walk. Honestly, not sure what is the fastest walk to Sharlock. Apparently this is the way to go. Not through home. Yeah, right there. That's Swamp Ham right next to Charlock. Oh, I see. Hoodie's going to get the Fairy Waters because Cantland is right up here. So he can take care of all of his inventory management, whatever he can get rid of, top off herbs, get Fairy Waters, and be at maximum resources for this dive. Meanwhile, RG at Swamp Ham, he's going to use the inn here. Yeah, 6 to 13 sounds about right. So Hoodie Two Shoes preparing for the dive. RG in Charlock, but doing a grind. This is not a grind and dive for RG. This is a just grind and explore a little bit of the Charlock floors. Nice, just crit the red dragon. That's how you take him down. Hoodie Two Shoes going to do the final top off here at Garenham. I suppose he prefers the Garenham herb shop to the Cantland herb shop. I think it is fewer steps, especially if you have to walk over to the inn as well. He pops the repel so that he's got repel as close to Charlock as possible. Again, with that silver shield and high agility, the repel is doing its work today. And here we go, Hoodie Two Shoes entering Charlock Castle. After fighting all these red dragons, he now has to run from them and realizes that, oh, they still like to block me, even though I've got 84 agility. Search behind the throne room finds the secret passage into the bowels of Charlock Castle. RG fighting his red dragon. Hoodie keeping that repel up. If you're going to gold grind up to a silver shield, you want to make sure you get full use of it. From the sounds of things, the red dragons are not giving RG the same respect that they gave Hoodie Two Shoes. Alright, Hoodie is almost there. He's made it to the U room. After the U room is the rectangle room, and then he'll be in the lit up room. In fact, RG is also in the U room. Maybe RG is... No, he's not going for it. He has no MP. Basically a 9-minute separation. Yeah, once RG gets the level, which he'll do in this dive, right? He's just kind of doing some reconnaissance while he does it. But that will be level 17. He can outside and set his up. Dives about 7 minutes. So, yeah, that makes sense. All right, so Hoodie Two Shoes is creeping along the final little broken coastal tiles. I don't know what we call this little beach area to get to the Dragon Lord. He's getting stopped by an armored knight. In fact, both runners basically in the same spot, except for one's at a go level, the other isn't. It's another stone man on this spike. Not what you crawled all the way down Charlock to grind on. Hoodie takes it down in a couple of swings, herbs up afterwards, and talks to the Dragon Lord. One minor insult later, and the fight begins. Dragon Lord draws near. Hoodie hits him for 27. Dragon Lord pops a stop spell. That's what you want to see. Second swing for 30. There's the hurt more. Hoodie gonna herb. He wants max health going into the DL2 fight, so he's looking for another stop spell. Doesn't get it, but he gets a low roll hurt more. Oh, it's a 4-shot DL1. So Hoodie Two Shoes going in with 66 hit points. He gets the first swing for 7. Casts a heal more. Throws a fairy water. Brings us to a total of 19. $33. $47. $59. $68. $81. $89. $99. There's that double. Brings us up to 107. $117. $127. Gets another double there. $139. I'm pretty much sure he's got this. $148. Next swing could do it. $159 is what my count is. It's enough. Ball is radiating light. Hoodie Two Shoes gets the free outside, casts his return spell. He's going to talk to a king. So get those GGs rolling for Hoodie, who is closing out this phase of the bracket tournament for the summer 2025 Dragon Warrior Randomizer. We've got a victor here. As soon as the king's done talking to him, the tale of dragons has come to an end. Hoodie Two Shoes has finished with an official time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 29 seconds. Keep those GGs going. Good job, Hoodie. So let's see what RG does with that news. RG still hasn't quite hit the go level yet. We'll see if we decide to hit it and go in, or do we end this torturous race for what it was. Chat's got the over-under for bonks. 15 is the count that we're looking for. RG mooring down werewolves in a desert here. He's one monster away from level 17, one monster away from the go level. Armor Knight will do it for him. Here we go. Let's take a look at these spell casts and things. Only 91 casts of the Hurtmore spell. 8 bonks. That's amazing. I get 8 bonks just walking out of the throne room. Wow. RG's got the level. RG in the Swamp Ham. He's going to talk to the inn here, top off, and then maybe jump into Charlotte Castle. It looks like I do have Hoodie Two Shoes with me in the booth. GG, congratulations on closing out this bracket. Tell me your thoughts about this really, really fast jet of a seed that you just ran.
Hey Valev, thanks for getting the restream on this. You've been doing a lot of work lately, really appreciate it. Just want to get that out first, but yeah, there's a lot to think about this particular seed, I would say. Not a great feeling to have 4 strengths. You know, the fairy water was great, but then to still be on 4 strengths at level 2 was concerning, considering I didn't see that slime until a while in the east zone, and then I felt okay until I made it to Cantlin and was terrified that RG made it there with the cursed belt and bought torches, because if you get torches, you just win the race, I think. So I was a little bit terrified of that possibility.
Yeah, and ultimately it was kind of the opposite that happened. So you found that blue slime. Neither one of you were able to make it to Cantlin in time with money to buy torches, but you found that blue slime and just sat on him, you know, patiently like you had to do. So it was ultimately about 9 minutes between your getting out of level 2 jail and RG's getting out of level 2 jail, and then it was just pretty much maintained. We're expecting he's going to finish about 9 minutes after you did. And basically from there it stayed more or less that same gap.
All right, I refreshed my browser. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, can you hear me? I might have been... Were you able to hear me there?
Hopefully you can hear me. No, I was not able to hear you after I started talking.
Sorry, I forgot. I need to push to talk when I'm in Discord, but I don't need to do it when I'm on that. So I was explaining, essentially, you found that blue slime and patiently grinded on it. RG was looking for him, but was also trying to fight other things, the Hurtmore Drakies and whatnot. Neither one of you got to Cantlin in time for the torches, but basically you got out of the level 2 jail about 9 minutes before RG did. So he was sitting there trying to get out of level 2 for a full 9 minutes more than you were, and that gap has pretty much remained consistent throughout. Again, we're expecting RG to finish about 9-10 minutes after you, and that's just a continuation of that early 9 minute jailbreak that you did at the start.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, I could see that happening. I tried to go from 12 XP to 20 on that magician. I got 10 damage in, and it's like a 50% chance to kill it, but I didn't get it, so I was kind of heartbroken. But yeah, it took a long time, and I was worried. And then I did the reverse count, and I didn't think that the bottom of the world was those 2 tiles that I checked and counted 10 up from, and wasted some time. But then I did find the real bottom, and I was able to get the flute. You know, whenever I reverse count, it's always the flute, but felt like that was okay. But the things I was worried about were the count taking a little bit longer than I would have liked, and then the torch potential in Cantlin. Other than that, I felt like things went pretty okay, and you know, we always make mistakes, but I figured that those were the 2 big things that were going to get me if something was going to get me in Cantlin. Other than that,
actually that reverse count was quite good. Folks were commenting on it in the chat. Even the false bottom, it did use up some time, but you had the awareness, you know, right away. You fought those couple of red dragons or golems or whatever they were, but then you noticed, oh wait, I'm 2 tiles lower than I was, and quickly went back and fixed it, and you know, it didn't end up hurting you as much as it could have if you know, tried to do that whole line but were 2 tiles too far to the north or wherever it was that you were.
Yeah, I was fairly confident that the east-west coordinate was going to be somewhere close to the edge there. I didn't think I had, so once I did that line that I did, I figured that was enough searches. I wasn't confident that that was the bottom. I should have just gone west and counted 10 north from there, because I knew I'd seen the bottom further west, but, you know, it was just a mistake. But yeah, I'm glad that it worked out okay, and I know that it was way better than getting Gwaelin and going all like this one-way seed, like going back to the castle and then having to go all the way back over there. And I would have had fewer fairy water slots too. So
yeah, ultimately that was you know, pretty well run out. Interesting thing, what did you think about that red dragon? You know, you had gotten everything, you realized that all of the rest of your homework was likely to be on that side of the swamp cave, so you took care of everything. Kind of had a feeling that you wanted to go back to those reds, and you did. I'm guessing the ultimate like strategy would have been to just stay over there by coal and refill on those red dragons, but you hadn't seen the DL2 on the wraparound, and like just as I was saying, it's like he hasn't seen the DL2, he might not heal, and then you had 42 hit points, and there it was. What were you thinking? Like, you went all the way back there. Did you consider a different grind after you got sent back home, or was it, I mean, from what we saw, you went straight back, but like what were you thinking when that happened?
I wasn't thinking too much about the red dragon. I was just thinking about myself, and you know, that it's sloppy to not heal. Like, 42 I think is on the edge. I'm not sure if it could have, but I should have just healed anyway. There was no reason not to heal, so I wasn't, you know, particularly disappointed or upset with the dragon. I was more disappointed and upset that I wasn't just making sure that I didn't die. Like, you know, just being certain that you don't die is important, and I was not doing that, so that was disappointing. But I had no intention to try to go to another grind. I didn't know if, like, I knew we were close-ish, but there's nothing that's going to be better than that red dragon, even with the Dragonlord breath. So I tried to walk in the desert where those Axe Knights were as much as I could to see if I could get the level on the way, and if it was good enough, then go heal. But I kept getting stone men, so I just was, you know, if I wasn't going to get the level naturally walking back to the cave, there was nothing that was going to stop me from going back to the swamp cave there.
Fair enough, yeah. So it was definitely the right grind, I think. He was really fast, and once 16 wasn't enough. It was just a quick boom, 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 get to level 17. And then you took care of business there. So an interesting map, too, just everything really spread apart. And it does look like RG has finished his Dragonlord fight, so make sure everybody in chat, you get those GGs out for RG as well. Just as we said, he's going to be about 9 minutes behind, maybe 9 minutes and 15 seconds once all is said and done. So again, another fantastic run there, and really it was just that figuring out how to get out of the opening grind to jail. There was some back and forth that had to go on. You ended up checking that flute. RG did have the advantage of finding all the stuff and not having to do a coordinates check, so he didn't end up having to do the reverse count. But still, really well run by both runners. So good job, everybody.
Hey, GG RG.
Yeah, thanks. stuck in level 2 for way too long. I had requested a reroll, but it didn't happen, I guess. I hope that I made up some time after getting hurt more, because it felt like I should have been a lot more than 9 minutes behind.
Well, it's interesting. 9 minutes is pretty much, it was 9 minutes the whole time once Hoodie got out of the level 2 jail. He got out about 9 minutes before you, and it stayed 9 minutes throughout. There was a few places, I don't know if you caught the tail end of what we were saying before, like you didn't need to check the coordinates, whereas Hoodie did. But otherwise, it was fairly even throughout, except for that, just that one step ahead early on. Your grinds at the end were different. You chose to grind in Sharlock versus Hoodie, who grinded on the Red Dragons over there in the Swamp Cave. Just wondering what thoughts were going on, as you were deciding on where to settle in on grinds, where to get your experience when it was time to settle in and do those things.
When I had rescued the princess, I thought the stop spell was maybe 25%, and I thought I would be using too many resources to go there. I should have maybe stuck with the desert that I kind of finished up the move to 17 on. It was just southeast of Garenham. They had wizards and AKs, 47s there. That might have been a better spot than inside Sharlock, but I don't think that I'm making up that time, no matter what grind I do.
Fair enough. You had only seen I think you had seen the DL2 breath on the Red Dragons too, which make them a little bit more scary. Hoodie hadn't seen that until he kind of settled in on grinding them. But yeah, overall, it was still a great match to watch, despite the early jail. Like, everybody likes to see the painful starts, but, when it becomes like that's the decider is who gets out of jail first, it happens. That's the way that the Dragon Warrior randomizes.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I had seen 2 Red Dragons in Grave on the dive down there, and I was swinging on them, and I figured they had about 50% stop spell. I didn't see the Dragon Lord Breath, but... Like, I had, I guess I got like 700 XP off of them on the way down into Grave, and that kind of keyed me into them being a pretty decent thing to fight.
Have we seen stats on the Red Dragon?
Well, very cool. At this point, this means Hoodie Two Shoes will be advancing RG. It's been an incredible run, but you all are in we call it the hell bracket, like it's just contender after contender. So favorites are dropping like flies in this 2025 Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament. Any final thoughts before we close things off?
No, GG, Hoodie. Best of luck to you in the next round. It's not getting any easier, that's for sure.
No, there is nobody left but killers in the tournament, and it's been a pleasure. GG RG. It's been I'm really glad we got to do 3. It's just it's fun to keep playing, and appreciate the work that everyone's been putting in to get these broadcasted. I know there's a bunch of races that go on, and a lot of times we schedule funny enough, common times for people to schedule, and we overlap because people are free after work hours or whatever. But I really appreciate all the work that everyone's been putting in. And I'm looking forward to, trying my best to keep going.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And speaking of folks in the background taking care of things, your tracker today was Shihali9. Make sure you throw some love that way. I'm Velu V. I've been taking care of the restream today and the commentary. I don't see a raid target lined up, and I'm not sure that I have any authority to do such a thing, so we might just close out this broadcast unless I see something pop up in my chat in the next 3 to 5 seconds. Otherwise, I'm just going to say thank you very much, Hoodie Two Shoes and RG365, for putting on a great show for us. We appreciate you coming in to talk about the race afterwards, and we look forward to seeing more Dragon Warrior Randomizer in the weeks to come. Have a great afternoon and enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. I'm Velu V signing out.